Hello friends, welcome to Ruhani Vichar. Today we will reflect upon a deep spiritual truth. When worldly attachment begins to fade, is renunciation alone enough? Many seekers feel that simply giving up things will bring peace to the mind. But the Sant tells us that the real path goes beyond renunciation. It lies in giving the mind a new direction. Let us understand this through an old story. When detachment from the world begins, is renunciation enough? On the spiritual path, when detachment from the world begins to grow within us, one common question arises: do I need to reduce all my needs? Is renunciation the only way? Many seekers carry this belief that the road to truth demands total renunciation. But the Sant and mystics say something deeper. Renunciation alone is not enough unless the mind is given a new direction. Let's understand it by the story. Long ago, in a serene Himalayan valley, two seekers were engaged in intense spiritual practice, Rishi Arnav and Rishi Tushar. Both had withdrawn from the world, but their methods were vastly different. Rishi Arnav, who built a dam. Rishi Arnav believed that worldly pleasures were the root of all sufferings. So he renounced everything: relationships, comfort, taste, even conversation. He spent hours in meditation far away from worldly distraction. But soon he realized something disturbing. His mind had become more restless than ever. Old memories, buried desire, and temptations began surfacing even more forcefully. He wondered, I gave up everything, then why is my mind still not at peace? Rishi Tushar, who redirected the flow. Rishi Tushar had also left worldly life behind, but alongside renunciation, he gave his mind a new inner direction. Every day he sat in deep meditation, not just to stop the mind, but to connect it with inner sound, Shabad, and light. Gradually, his mind began to experience a deeper joy, a spiritual sweetness that was far more fulfilling than any worldly pleasure. And just like that, his mind started letting go, naturally and effortlessly. The riverbank conversation one day, both seekers met by the riverbank. Rishi Arnav confessed, I have renounced everything, yet my mind still pulls me back towards the world. I feel lost. Rishi Tushar smiled and replied, brother, it's like this river. You try to build a dam to stop its flow. It may hold for some time, but eventually the pressure builds and the river breaks the dam and flood even more violently. I, on the other hand, dug a new path for the river to flow, a calm, gentle direction away from danger. That's what we must do with the mind too. Not just stop it, but redirect it inward towards Shabad and divine light. Only then does detachment truly begin. The core difference between renunciation versus redirection. Renunciation is like holding back the river, but redirection is like carving a new path for its flow. If you only try to block the mind without giving it something higher, it will come rushing back with greater force. But when the mind is offered a better taste, the bliss of Naam, inner light and sound, it begins to lose interest in outer pleasure on its own. The moment the mind finds a higher taste, as the mind starts tasting the sweetness of inner experience, it slowly detaches itself from the pull of the senses. It starts moving towards closer, letting go of past desire, attachments, and restlessness. And once true closure happens, the mind no longer looks back. It begins to find joy within. Even if the inner sound or light is not fully visible yet, the process of detachment has already begun, and every sincere seeker can feel this shift happening within. So, friends, we have seen that peace does not come through renunciation alone. Only when we connect the mind with meditation, Simran, and the inner melody of the word does it begin to taste a higher sweetness, a spiritual bliss that naturally frees it from worldly attachment. This is the true path, not of suppression but of redirection. If you found this blog meaningful, do share it and stay connected with Ruhani Vichar on Facebook and YouTube, where every reflection inspires you to take one step closer to your inner self. Radhasoami.